Hello everyone and welcome to the DPB Podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Mondis with DisneyPinsBlog.com, the latest news on Disney pin trading and collecting from around the world. This is episode number 64 for the week of November 7th, 2016.
Welcome to the Disney Pins Blog Podcast.
Welcome back everyone. Hope everyone had a great Halloween. We have a lot of pin news to talk about this week. But before we get into that, I just want to mention a little housekeeping. Have some exciting stuff going on at Disney Pins Blog. First, we have an exclusive forum giveaway going on this week only. We're giving away one of the Acme limited edition of 300 pins from the Alice in Wonderland series that was released at our last pin event. This is the Caterpillar pin that we are going to be releasing, or that we're going to be giving away. It's exclusive to the forums. So you have to head over to DisneyPinsBlog.com/forums, and the information is there on how to enter that pin. And that giveaway ends on November 11th, that Friday night. So we'll choose a winner then after that, exclusive to the forum. So most of our giveaways are just open to everyone. This one is just for the forum readers and writers. So that's exciting. Next, before we get into the pin news, I just want to mention last weekend, I was at the Central Jersey Pin Traders Pin event, and I have a video up of that event on YouTube. So if you haven't checked it out already, be sure to go to our YouTube channel, take a look at that. It was a really fun event. You can also look at all of our videos at DisneyPinsBlog.com/videos. I had a great time out there in Jersey. I went to the pin event, then I also went to a Lego convention, which was called Brick Fair, and I went to cover for Disney Lego blogs. That was fun. Alright guys, let's head into the pin news for this week. A lot of news from Hong Kong Disneyland, but we'll get into that in a little bit. First, I want to start off with Mickey's of Glendale in California. These are for cast members, or you can order on the hub if you're a cast member. The next series, so this is series 2 in the Disney Villains set, is being released on Monday, November 7th at 10 a.m. for cast members only. This one features Gaston, Prince John, Khan and Ka, Lady Tremaine, Cruella, Hades, Frollo, and Mother Gothel from Tangled. These pins are really, really big. They're nice. Limited edition of $250. And retail price on those is just $16.95. So that's pretty awesome there. Those pins have been getting a lot of hype, which is a great set. Alright, let's head over to Disneyland Paris. The November calendar came out, so we got the pin releases for November. Lots of Moana pins, which is cool for the new movie coming out here on Thanksgiving. Some new Frozen pins, really nice, very cool looking. They have a little bit of a snowflake border around them. They feature Olaf, Elsa, Anna, and Kristoff. And then there's a few other open edition and limited edition pins being released. And then their next pin trading night is November 25th at Disney's Hotel Cayenne in the Yellow Rose Dance Hall. So that is fun. I always love seeing the pin releases out at Disneyland Paris. Alright, so let's head into Hong Kong. Get ready for this. Lots of news coming out of Hong Kong. First, we're going to start with a new Magic Access exclusive pin. That's a lot to say. There's a new Jumbo limited edition pin for 2017. It features Mickey Mouse, Sorcerer Mickey Mouse to be exact. It's limited edition of 500, has a pin-on-pin design with glitter embellishments, and that was released last week, actually, in the last week of October. That was cool. And then there's also these new postcard pins that were released. There's a booster pin set. It features Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, and then Duffy Bear and Shelly May. Those are 4 pins in a pack. And then there's 2 new open edition pins. One says Good Journey, and the other one says Enjoy Holiday, which is a very unique style. It's a hinge pin, opens up to feature, on the one, it's Donald Duck, Daisy, Duffy Bear, and Shelly May, and then the other one has Mickey Mouse, Goofy, Pluto, and Minnie Mouse. And then also at Hong Kong Disneyland, there's new holiday pins that were released. These ones are coming soon. I don't have an exact release date yet, But there's new sleigh pins featuring, the one has Anna and Kristoff on it, another one has Elsa and Olaf, other one with Chip and Dale, and then one with Grumpy and Dopey from the Seven Dwarfs, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. They all say Happy Holidays on them. And there's also other pins coming out for the holidays, various pins, jumbo pins, some with Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, and Gelatoni. So very cool, lots and lots of pin releases coming out of Hong Kong. Moving on, there's also more Duffy Bear and Shelly Mae winter pins that were just released. I believe these are open editions. We have Duffy Bear holding, it looks like a coffee mug. Same with Shelly, a Gelatoni, and then a jumbo style pin. It's just a little bit bigger, but has all three on it, enjoying, it looks like cookies and hot chocolate or coffee. So yeah, it was just a crazy week for Hong Kong. They just got a bunch of new releases for the holiday season and whatnot. So very cool. All right, guys, let's head over to Disney Studio Store Hollywood. There was a surprise release this past week for Doctor Strange, the new Marvel movie that just came out. These pins were released on November 3rd. There was a marquee pin, which was limited edition of 300, and then the medallion pin, which is limited edition of just 200. And those were a surprise release, and we still don't have the November calendar. They haven't posted it yet, and I don't believe I saw it when I went to a Pixar Party pin event, so I just do not know what the releases are yet at Studio Store for November. But once we know, we'll be sure to post about them, of course. All right, let's talk about some new cast member pins that were just released. There's one for the new Moana film coming out. It says, "Set your own course, listen to the sea." And it's a silhouette of Moana on a boat. Very cool pin. I believe it's limited edition, and that is available exclusively to Disney cast members. You can pick that up over at Company D. And then there's another one, which was one of my favorites. It's a Walt Disney's 115th birthday pin. It features Mickey Mouse, has a pin-on-pin design with a birthday cake. At the bottom it says December 5th, 1901, which is of course Walt Disney's birthday. And yeah, that is available for cast members at Disney parks exclusively. And the edition size on that, I'm not sure. It's probably 750 or 1000. So very cool there. We had some big news coming out. The Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party 2016 pins. We got a preview of those. Put the blog post up about them. And the very first Christmas party is actually this week, November 7th, when this podcast is being released. The pins, I love them for this year. They're really, really great pins. The limited release logo pin is awesome. Has Mickey Mouse on it with a couple packages. And snowflakes. There's an annual pass holder pin, which is a hinge pin. And this one's really cool as well. It has a gingerbread version of Mickey and Minnie on the inside. And then the limited edition pins are all limited edition of 5,300. There's a Peter Pan, a Frozen featuring Elsa, a Stitch, Lilo and Stitch pin, and then Beauty and the Beast, which I like the Beauty and the Beast one because it's gold on the inside, which is neat. And then there's a jumbo pin, which features Mickey and Minnie and Pluto on a sleigh. And then in the background you have the Cinderella Castle. That's limited edition of 1,000. Then there's a box pin set, which is limited edition of 1,000. You get those 4 hinge pins that I just said. And then you get a completer pin, which is Wally and Eve, which is pretty neat. And then there's a frame pin set that has all of those hinge pins that I just mentioned, including Wally. And the another completer pin featuring Santa Claus on the inside. So that one is limited edition of 300. And these pins can be purchased at Big Top Souvenirs and Storybook Circus, the Emporium on Main Street, Mickey Star Traders in Tomorrowland, and the Ye Olde Christmas Shop in Liberty Square. So I'm really excited for Mickey's Very Merry. I'm going to be going there in about 2 weeks for the party, just before the D23 event. So I'm super excited for that. All right, let's jump over to Disneyland. They had a new ink and paint sale that was released this past week on November 4th at the Disneyana store on Main Street, USA, at the Disneyland Park. It's called Maleficent's Fury. It is limited. The pin that comes with it is limited edition of 250. It's a circular pin. It has the dragon on it. It says Maleficent's Fury, ink and paint. And the sale for this is beautiful artwork. It has the dragon wrapped around the Sleeping Beauty castle. And just overall, really, really nice pin and painting. So, very cool. You can pre-order them online or pick them up at Disneyland Resort. The unframed sale starts at $150 and goes up to $280 for the framed with postcard and pin option. Also this past weekend at Walt Disney World was the Run Disney Food and Wine Half Marathon weekend. So we got a blog post up with all of the pins that released at the event. And really cool pins. There's a 5K, 10K, half marathon, and then the Lumiere, what was it called? The Lumiere's Challenge, 2-course challenge. So really cool pins there, all limited release. But I did hear that the 10K commemorative pin actually was not released due to a misprint. So that one will be mailed to runners who purchased that pin. But all of the other pins were available at the expo, which is at the ESPN Wide World of Sports complex. So I haven't done a Run Disney event for a while, but I would like to do another one in the future, just kind of take a little break from the running events. Alright guys, for the new pin releases this week, actually Disney did not release them yet as the time of them recording this video, or this podcast, but I do know that there were open edition soccer pins that were just released. I don't have images of them for you guys yet, but they will be in the weekly pin post for November week 2 at DisneyPinsBlog.com, so you can check those out. And then we'll be sure to post the limited edition pins once they are available to us. I know that was a lot of pin news this week, just lots of releases around the world, including Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Hong Kong, Paris. Just a really exciting week for pin news. But now let's get into Disney Pin Chat. Alright guys, so for this week for Disney Pin Chat, I just kind of wanted to have a little bit of a conversation about Disney resorts. So there's lots of Disney resort options whenever you go to Walt Disney World or Disneyland, and I just kind of want to talk about your favorite. So for this week's forum question, that's exactly what it is what is your favorite Disney hotel? It could be either at Disneyland on the West Coast or Walt Disney World on the East Coast, or even a Disney park worldwide if you've been there and you stayed at a hotel. So we're kind of going to split this up, and if you've been, to all the Disney parks, you can say what your favorite resort is at that park, or you can just mention the ones that you stayed at. If you haven't stayed at any, just mention whatever your favorite is to visit, especially during the holidays coming up here. The hotels at Walt Disney World are very festive and decorated, and they're awesome to visit. So I'll tell you my personal favorites. First, I'm going to start at Disneyland. So they have 3 hotels out there. I've only ever stayed at Paradise Pier, and I would probably say that is one of my favorites because it's kind of in the middle, and it was close to the D23 Expo when I went there. The Grand Californian is awesome, as well as the Disneyland Hotel. I've been to all 3, but only ever stayed at Paradise Pier, so I'd have to go with that one. At Walt Disney World, I've stayed at a lot of hotels there. So Walt Disney World breaks their hotels up into 3 different categories. You have value, moderate, and then deluxe resorts. I'm just going to say my favorite at all 3. We'll start off with value. I'm going to have to go with probably Pop Century because I'm not a fan of the All-Star resorts. And I've never stayed at Art of Animation, but I am here soon. So I'll go with Pop Century for now. For moderates, I'm going to have to go with Port Orleans French Quarter. Just love it there. It's beautiful grounds and resort. I think I've stayed at every single moderate resort. Yes, I have. So I do love moderate resorts, but I have to go with that one's my favorite. Then for deluxe, I've stayed at quite a few deluxe as well. And I'm probably going to have to go with Boardwalk, just because I love the location of it, had a lot of good memories there, and all around awesome resort. So that's going to be the question for this week in the forums. What is your favorite Disney resort? I will post it in the forums, and then next week I will read off your answers. Alright guys, thank you for listening and watching to episode 64 of the DPB Podcast. We'll be back again next week. Have a great week. See ya.